What's up, everybody? This is the seventh show of the new season of the Gamecock Mix on WLJS 91.9, Jacksonville, Alabama, with your host, Sam Mann.
And Grant Davis.
So we took last week off because we had a birthday boy, and then our other co-host had a little bit of trouble with his house and flooding because of the, non-stop rain that's been going on for seems like about a year now. We just hadn't stopped really for about 2 months almost. But today we're going to talk about the Momo and the Momo Challenge, and then the new NASCAR package for the 2019 season. So what I've found out about the Momo Challenge is that Momo is like a Facebook profile almost, or some type of Facebook friend or Twitter page or whatever that will supposedly talk to little kids and tell them to do dangerous stuff, or dangerous commit suicide and stuff like that, which it's been trending on Facebook for the last few days. I still couldn't figure it out. I always thought the Momo was the thing off of the Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's the only Momo I've been thinking of.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into this. I'm actually looking at it right now. That's
It's creepy looking.
Creepy face.
Yeah, it's somebody
face on the chicken. Is that what that is?
I think so. That's what I kind of figured out from that. I really didn't know what was going on with the whole really concept of it, but it is what it is, I guess. It's definitely different. But everybody's been posting about it for the last, I was at the radio station yesterday doing the basketball for the girls and guys when they were in SIUE. And I kept scrolling during our breaks, and all I could see was just this creature. And I was like, is this thing real? I wonder who, they've been trying to figure out who's behind the I don't think they even, the real thing. I don't know if it's according to the description, the Momo Challenge is a hoax and urban legend about a non-existent social media challenge that was spread on Facebook and to other media outlets. It was reported that children and adolescents were being enticed by a user named Momo to perform a series of dangerous tasks, including violent attacks and suicide. So I don't know.
The mention of child porn.
That's
It's mentioning apparently it was spread through WhatsApp.
Never even heard of that.
And it's like a texting app, according to this, and it's I guess they got in trouble because they didn't stop the spread. WhatsApp was criticized for failing to stop the spread of child porn in chat groups. And then that has, I'm trying to see where this ties in with Momo though.
So I heard this thing really wasn't real. It's just kind of like a hoax.
Challenges appear midway through kids' YouTube, Fortnite, Peppa Pig to avoid detection by adults.
Wow. So I think this creature was made by somebody that wasn't intending it to be used for whatever the hoax was. It was called the Mother Bird by some lady that is on display at the Vanilla Gallery in Tokyo. Kashiwi Oshwan. Probably just butchered that name terribly bad, but yeah. So the thing was created, the sculpture, the whatever this creature is, the Mother Bird was created in 2006, and then somebody I think found it and put it all over the internet.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
What are what are other people saying about it right now?
Allegedly, this challenge allegedly led to the deaths of 2 teenagers in the United States, as well as others in Russia, Brazil, and half a dozen other countries.
So, was there a real person behind this challenge, or was
I guess, well, yeah, somebody had to start it, but it's Let's see. A video promoting self-harm tips disguised as a popular animated series has continued to resurface on YouTube and YouTube Kids, and several major companies pulled advertising after a blogger described a wormhole into a softcore pedophilia ring.
Wow.
So it looks like there's a lot going on here that we don't totally understand.
Yeah, I don't
but
really totally understand any of this, but
yeah, I don't know. It goes from a challenge.
We do not consent child pornography. We are totally 100% against it. But yeah, this is this could be like this was. I mean, this I've been kind of reading that it was started in the like early 2017. But I'm just like, this is the first thing I've ever really heard about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it's taking like 2 years for me to even. Well, I live under a rock sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. But I feel like I stay on Facebook and stuff a lot, and you know.
I hadn't heard about this
I haven't
till
either.
a few weeks ago, which I never looked into it until like a few minutes ago.
So if anybody's watching on our YouTube channel, you can also listen to us on 91.9 WLJS, or also stream us if you have to leave and can't have, you know, the correct bandwidth to stream our YouTube channel. It is www.jsu.edu/radio. And we also may go live on our Instagram page later on. We are attaching the links to our YouTube, to the JSU's live stream, and anywhere else you can reach us. Our YouTube channel, our Instagram name is the Gamecock Mix. That's all one word. There's a picture of a gamecock as our profile picture, so you all will know that was us. So to kind of get off the Momo challenge for a little bit, they just NASCAR just introduced a new package, the race after Daytona, which would have been the Atlanta race, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the full thing. It was like a partial version of what they're racing today, which is like the full package.
So they're racing at Vegas today. What can you give us like a full description of what the new package is and like how it's different from the new from the old package?
Basically, used to like last year they'd go off into the corner at like 195, closer to 200 at some tracks. In Michigan, they was going off into the corners at like 210.
Wow.
But now they've slowed the cars way down. Like pretty much, it's kind of like being on a go-kart track. You just don't lift. Is pretty much what they've done. They're trying to make the racing really close. And of course, like how you pass people is if you're going too fast to the corner, whoever's the better driver who can lift or handle it through the corner, that's who's going to make the pass. But now they've slowed down the cars so they don't have to lift that much. So it's kind of like for Alabama people, we see Talladega's pack racing. They're trying to recreate that at like other tracks where they don't necessarily need it to happen, but they're trying to spark interest again in the sport. So they're trying to make the racing closer, which I've been watching it for like the past 15 minutes, and they're just spread out as usual. Like it don't look like it's really working that well right now. So,
well, I'm looking at this USA Today article. It says this year's theory: slower can be better. NASCAR reduced airflow into the engine for all ovals more than 1.3 miles in length, which will be Talladega and all really the bigger tracks. Cutting horsepower from 750 horsepower to 550 horsepower. I'm so sick of these little notifications I get from Google Chrome. And Google Chrome doesn't even work, but it'll work and send the notifications out. But the also says the worn surface at Atlanta, as its last repave came in 1997, easing the tires more than other tracks and getting drivers caution on reading too much after that race.
Yeah, Atlanta, like, there's so much handling. Like, it don't matter what you take to that track. I hope they know, I don't want them to ever repave it. I know they'll have to at some point.
Yeah.
But, like, tracks that are really bumpy, they make for the best races because you get to see, like, who's a good driver. Like, Earnhardt was good at Atlanta, and he's known to be one of the greatest drivers. Jeff Gordon was really good at Atlanta. That's one of the best drivers. Johnson, like, the best drivers show up at tracks like that. Vegas is a smoother track, so this package is working better. But like last week, it didn't really matter because of the handling and it was eating up tires. So
So I'm looking at this like graphic that Monster or NASCAR and Monster sponsor made. It has the spoilers can only be 8 by 61 inches.
Yeah, they've made them a lot taller. They're trying to create more drag into the car. So like wind, like when you're in your car, you know, like the wind moves it around some, and like having a taller spoiler. It's kind of like putting a parachute on a car. Like they're trying. Like last year, the spoilers were not very tall.
How tall are they? I mean, like 4 inches, 6 inches.
I don't remember exactly, but pretty much how it works in racing. So they're going really fast. If you have a small spoiler, it's not dragging the car down as much, but
Yeah.
of course, the faster you go through the corner, the more on edge you are. So this year, they have really tall spoilers, which makes the car more stable. So the cars are, in a way, easier to drive, but they're hoping to make the racing a lot closer by doing so. And also the smaller engines, like, they're trying to attract more manufacturers into the sport again and trying to come up with a 750 horsepower engine for a lot of new manufacturers coming into the sport. That's more money because you
Yeah.
have to have an engine that most of these NASCAR races are 400 or 500 miles long, but that's not even including practice.
Yeah.
So you have to have an engine running at optimal
Efficiency. And whatever.
efficiency for about 1,000 miles a week.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money, especially for somebody who's never came in. Like if Honda's done IndyCar, but they've never done NASCAR.
Yeah.
So they'd have to develop their own NASCAR engine. So they're thinking if they lower the horsepower, it makes it easier for people who want to come in because it's not as much money.
Is Honda wanting to come into NASCAR? Or like, have they been talking to NASCAR?
Well, I think they're trying to get Dodge to come back. Dodge used to be in NASCAR.
Yeah, I forgot about Dodge being.
Um,
So for some other things that I see on here, it says the tapered space is 1.7 inches or 0.992 inches, depending on the track. The radiator pan is 37 inches wide in the front and tapered to 31 inches. And the splitter has a 2-inch overhang. And the last thing is the aero ducts or the block offs, that's brake ducts, is dependent on the track also. So looks like a lot of new, just little adjustments that probably make a huge difference on, especially older drivers that have been, I guess used to.
a lot of them don't like this package.
So it says more downforce thanks to the rear spoiler increased from 2.375 inches to 8 inches tall.
Yeah, like I said,
So that's a huge difference.
oh yeah. But a lot of the drivers, they hate this. Like they didn't want it. Kyle Busch has griped about it all week, which, I don't blame him. He's easily in the top 3 of best drivers that are still racing. I
Yeah.
still think Jimmy Johnson's number 1, but Kyle Busch, he didn't like it. But he was just like, it is what it is. That NASCAR at the end of the day, along with every other sport, people are like, oh, sports are not fair. Well, these professional sports are entertainment businesses.
Yeah.
They're still businesses, so it's not always going to be fair.
Yeah.
Calls
They
go
want
wrong
the
in
fan,
the
I know they care about the driver some, but I was talking to somebody that's
They care about the product.
Yeah, that they care about the fan experience, because without the fans, they can't, there won't be a NASCAR, or that's like that for any sport really, but especially for NASCAR, because I'd have people buy into the brand, into the drivers and everything.
Kind of the same way with football. Like people get pissed at like bad calls and stuff, but you got to think. Well, and I know there's like human error in some of those calls, but sometimes I'm like, I think we talked about this on the first show,
Yeah,
where I was telling you how
yeah.
Jeff Gordon had came out and said, back in the '90s he'd win every week,
Yeah.
and the guy who's over NASCAR was like, "You get too far out, I'm gonna throw a caution because you're stinking at the show." Well, I'm sure that goes across the board for every sport. I'm sure in the NFL you could call holding every play in any college football, high school football, whatever. But refs, they'll let stuff go at certain points. But I'm sure at other times they've probably got somebody in the ear like, go ahead and throw it.
Yeah.
Because you could spice up the game.
Make it more interesting, cause more controversy, especially that New Orleans Saints game. I really don't know, still, that's unbelievable to me, but.
And I'm not saying that the call, well, obviously that call was bad.
Yeah,
But I'm saying they could call something at any point. So, I don't know. I think all these sports, I don't think they're rigged.
yeah,
But I think at
They're
certain
influenced.
I think at certain times they're influenced a little bit to spice things up.
Oh, my dad's watching, by the way. I finally just pulled up our live stream on my computer to see how we like, I guess we're set up and framed, and he's been commenting.
Oh, they're 3 wide.
How many more laps to go?
Wow, they got a lot. They're only in the first stage.
So they still have the stages and stuff.
Yeah, they're still doing stages. Jimmy Johnson's doing good today. Hendrick has struggled here in the last year or so, but he's running
He did
good.
pretty good at, not Atlanta. He did decent at Daytona.
He did good at that. The Hendrick cars were fast at Daytona until they all got wrecked.
Yeah, they just kind of killed it. But Talladega is in about a month and a half, about 2 months, I guess, probably. April 28th.
Yep.
Hope you're gonna be able to make it, bud.
I don't know. We'll see. I might get to go. I may not go. Either way,
You're gonna have a one.
I don't know.
Day,
I
right?
think, yeah, like that'll be. I don't know. I hope the Hendrick cars are good again. Like that's all I really care about. You know, I almost went to Atlanta race last week and I decided not to. And I didn't miss much because the Hendrick cars sucked. Like I'm a Hendrick fan. I grew up a Jeff Gordon fan, so I'm a fan of William Byron and Chase Elliott now. But and I pull for Jimmy Johnson too. But man, like Hendrick was just awful last week. Which they're looking better today.
What's the top 5 right now?
Harvick, Kyle Busch, Logano, Hamlin, Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse. That's kind of strange to say. Truex, Elliott, and Daniel Suarez, Jimmy Johnson. That's the top 10.
Not bad. But just going back to I forgot about Dodge being I feel like Dodge used to be good in NASCAR. What like made them get out of like the NASCAR game or whatever?
It's a money thing.
Of course.
It's just, I mean, that's all it really comes down to. It's so expensive to be in the sport. That's why they've made the engines smaller. They're, like I said, they're trying to attract more people in because it's so much money to develop those engines.
Were the engines even bigger back then when Dodge were there, or were they just
Oh
still?
yeah, they used to run, 750 was cut down. Oh man, what was it? I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember. 900 maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Like,
Or
didn't Casey
850.
Kane's old car used to be?
Dodge,
The
yeah.
Dodge, yeah, that's what I thought. I kind of forgot about Dodge ever being in NASCAR. It's been a while though, hasn't it? I'm just not that out of touch, am I, with NASCAR? It's been, 5 or 6 years, probably, since we were last graced by Dodge's presence in NASCAR.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at what the size of them were. Let's see. Like in 2011, they had 850 horsepower.
Wow. My how times have changed.
Yeah, now they're down to 550.
And now they're going down, what did they go down to? I think 650 now?
No, it's 550.
550, yeah, that's right.
At the short tracks, they still have like 750. Like at short tracks, they'll still have a lot of horsepower.
So that means they have to like pretty much replace the engines if they go to like a different track every week, right?
It's based on the size of the track. If it's like a mile or shorter, they run more horsepower. They run like the 750. If it's like a mile and a half or bigger, they
Yeah.
run the lower horsepower. So like Talladega, they're not running plates this year
Really?
because they're only running they're running a smaller engine.
550 engine?
Yeah, so I mean in the draft, I don't think people are going to really be able to tell that big of a difference at Talladega.
Yeah.
Like, because they'll still be pack racing, and I mean, you can't tell a car passing you 200 versus 185. Like, you can't tell. Now, if they go by like 160, we might be able to tell, but they're not going to be that slow.
Yeah, especially Talladega,
Yeah, it's so big.
the world's fastest track. I'm excited for this year. I heard that Dave Portnier from Barstool Sports will be there, and I've been trying to get. I've seen a lot of people have the same feeling I want about them having Rough and Rowdy there. And Rough and Rowdy is a brand. It's like a almost MMA type thing.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. I know who Dave is. I know Barstool.
Put on by Barstool. They just have like random people from like that state or from anywhere that come in and just really fight, just like go full boxing mode and just start beating the crap out of each other. It's a sight to see. We were in Kentucky and Lexington, and they had it at a minor league game, and I really regret not getting to go to that. I thought that would have been something to see. But could you imagine having that on like a Friday night or Saturday night, and just imagine all those loyal NASCAR fans who may or may not be a little tipsy, seeing them just.
Well, Monsters brought MMA, or they brought what? No, they brought UFC fighting to NASCAR races. They've only
Really?
done it to a few though.
Could you imagine they did that to like Talladega though? I feel like that would be a really good replacement for a concert because I feel like people aren't, I still feel like a lot of people go, but, just something different to make the, concert more,
Honestly, like this is probably an unpopular opinion, maybe in Alabama, but I think NASCAR, if they really want to get more broad, like IndyCar, like for the Indy 500, that race still has like over 100,000 people. Like, I mean, that thing is
it's
packed.
packed.
But they have a big show, like it's more like a Super Bowl halftime show. Like it's so big, like they
Really? What do they have usually at Indy cars?
just different.
Could there be an
They
Indy
did like a
car?
massive EDM concert, but they had somebody
Really?
big, like
Wow.
I forgot who it was.
Do you
Maybe
think they could
Diplo?
run? Do you think they could run like an Indy car at Talladega Speedway?
Yeah, it'd take flight.
That's why I was wondering, would it be literally able to,
Probably. Somebody would die, it would kill them.
Yeah.
They couldn't do that. That's way too dangerous. But, I don't know. I think NASCAR should ditch the whole country music stuff. Like, I think wouldn't it be big, like, if you brought, like, Justin Bieber to a NASCAR race? Like, I know that's like
Could you imagine? I mean, I just don't know.
I'm not saying you're a Bieber fan, but I'm saying that's bringing in
A
new
different
a new
audience.
demographic to the sport to see.
I mean, yeah, maybe up north somewhere, but there'd be a riot at Talladega, I think.
Yeah, but think about how many people would tune in just to see him, and then they might be like, tune in, oh, what's this NASCAR about? Because if you get a country music star, most NASCAR fans, they like country music.
Yeah.
I'm not a big country music person, but I'm just saying they need to branch out and try to bring in new eyes to the sport. So I think a Justin Bieber or more of a pop star, bring those to a NASCAR race.
Yeah.
You'll get more eyes versus a country music star. Well, they're like, well, I already like country music and NASCAR, so I was going to watch anyways.
Fair enough. But they don't really, they can't have like
They brought Migos to Auto Club one year. That's out in California.
yeah.
That was interesting. They didn't perform though. They were just there hanging out.
Yeah, but they can't really like have a performance during the, like.
They can do it pre-race.
Yeah,
before
but. I don't.
That's
Maybe
when they usually do it. They do it before the race usually.
But will they like would a NASCAR, like a Fox or Fox Sports or wherever it's being aired that day, would they go on early just to show the concert?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
think so?
They always do. Yeah, they're always on air like an hour or 2 hours before the
Yeah,
race.
but they do their like prep talk and go visit with all 40 drivers and then their families and literally everything else they can possibly cover.
Yeah, but for Daytona they put on a concert and they show it.
Yeah.
So they would show it for a special occasion.
Well, that's Talladega. Daytona. That's the first race of the year.
But they would still do it though if they brought somebody in. Is what I'm saying. Like if they invited somebody, they would take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just be like, oh, Justin Bieber's here, we're not going to show it, because that'd be a waste.
Yeah. That makes sense. I understand what you're kind of saying. But I feel like, I don't know, so if they were supposed to have that, that concert in Talladega called Dega Jam or whatever,
Yeah, it got canceled.
because of, I think it was during Rock the South, which I understand that would be a, conflict of interest, but there was a lot of good people that were supposed to be at that Dega Jam concert, but I guess people just wanted to rely on the same old, I guess thing they've been used to doing, or the because Rock the South's been, been there before, done that and everything. So what's the updated position for the Vegas race?
They're under caution. Brad Keselowski's leading, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Logano, Hamlin, Truex, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse.
Not bad.
Johnson has slipped back some, but they pitted, I think.
Oh, they're still in the first.
They just ended the first stage.
Okay. So let's look at some of what CBS Sports has to say about the picks for 2019. They say Eric Amarola is supposed to be the surprise pick for the Pennzoil 400. How do you feel about that?
He's pretty good now that he's on Tony Stewart's team.
The odds for the drivers. Harvick enters with a 9-2 favorite. Is Vegas' favorite at 9-2. Kyle Busch is a 5-1. Truex is 6-1. And Kyle Lawson and Brad Keselowski is also a 6-1. So I think it's going to be a good finish to it. I feel like, NASCAR needs to be able to stream better.
Yeah, I'm streaming on their website right now, but I'm pretty sure that this won't last all season. I think they just do this for the first few races to get people kind of watching.
I feel like, a lot of people, college kids don't have, cable TV. And, a lot of them don't live at home and all that and whatnot. I feel like if they could, give free streaming of make a NASCAR network almost, how WWE did. I feel like that would be a good, thing to win, a good thing, because I feel like a lot of people don't know, younger kids don't know the history of NASCAR, that don't live around Talladega or, Atlanta or Daytona, any of the bigger tracks.
Yeah, NASCAR seems to be getting more involved with social media, which they should have been getting more involved a while back, but their involvement with Barstool, they're finally figuring out, oh, this might be something that relates to us that kids will latch onto.
Yeah.
Because, Talladega, still, it's not like it used to be.
But
they used to have
still a big party.
But it's still a big deal in the NASCAR season because it's usually a sold out race, even though they're taking away a lot of seats. They still sell out versus other tracks, they don't sell out. But where Talladega gets it right is that they appeal to college students.
Yeah.
So the whole Barstool environment, that is Talladega. That is Talladega.
They have really good mix together.
Other tracks you go to, it's not like that. So.
And I feel like, because I grew up right beside the Speedway, my whole life. People that go off to college to, here, Troy, Alabama, they always bring their friends back and say, hey, you got to come to the race with me this fall. You got to experience this. And, a lot of people come from, up north or Georgia and don't really go to the races in Atlanta. And so they're really finally experiencing a real, rowdy NASCAR environment that a lot of people don't, wow, this is a real thing,
Well, the environment at Talladega is different.
Yeah.
It's very much Barstool. Other tracks, it's just not the same.
If anybody doesn't
family friendly.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know really what Barstool is, they're an internet company that really targets college kids and their interest in sports and
shotgun and beers.
Yeah. Just a real party lifestyle at college. The bigger college towns are known for, and really post it on social media. And, they have a brand. They have a lot of, celebrities that really like their stuff.
Gronk is like a Barstool athlete or whatever.
And, and they're all big Patriots fans. So all the Patriots, Patriots Nation loves them because, they make shirts for the Patriots. They were the first one to jump on and defend Robert Kraft after the, little rub and tug incident. But
the happy ending,
yeah. But I still feel like Talladega is like any other racetrack except for maybe Daytona, just because it's Daytona. But I feel like Talladega is one of a kind of just the environment. I feel like with Barstool getting into NASCAR, that's going to help their brand out a lot.
I think if they stick with it.
Yeah, I think they will.
I do too. I think it's kind of interesting that they picked Chase Elliott to be kind of their guy that's taking him around. 'Cause Chase is kind of the new Dale Jr. But, I mean, Chase looks like he's going to have a successful career in NASCAR. Like, I don't think he's going to, I think he will win championships.
Yeah.
He's the new popular guy. He's sponsored by Hooters too. That's
Yeah.
just kind of like,
Oh, did you see
I
the?
don't know, this seems very southern.
I can't remember whose car it was, but Natural Light, the beer company, produced a Natter Day beer, which is like a strawberry and banana beer, and they're creating a 77 pack of it. There's 29, I think, of it. There's that has it in it, the strawberry banana beer, Natter Days, the original Natural Light, and then Natural Ice, all in a huge, just 77 ounce, a 77 case pack.
I wonder how much that costs. It's gotta be expensive.
Probably about $3.
3?
I mean, because a 12 pack of Natty Lights are,
Wait, you said 77.
yeah, but like a 12 pack of Natty Lights is about $10, or a little less even.
Oh, 30.
No, like a 12 pack, or 30, like a 30 rack is like 24. So double that, that's about 40. So probably around 50 or $60.
Oh, see, I thought you said $3. I was like, $3?
I was kidding, because Natties are really cheap. So everybody equivalents to them is,
I don't
pretty
drink
much
that,
water.
So.
Yeah, nobody likes drinking water. Nobody.
Oh, I was talking about Natty.
I know.
I'll drink water.
Natty Light is water. But it's only being the Natter Day case pack thing is only in some city in Texas for spring break.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember whose Natter Day car it is. They're racing. They're racing it at Las Vegas.
I'm watching right now, and
They're probably in the back.
it's this package is a little bit more intense this run. Like I saw, they're all over each other for the lead. It looks like the closer they get, the more sideways the cars get. So it looks kind of exciting right now.
I wish I could find that car and show it to you. It's been everywhere. I think I shared it on Facebook. But that's what the Natter Day can looks like. It has flamingos. It's a pink beer can.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can't imagine how it tastes. I really don't want to see how it tastes. It looks
It
pretty
looks
great.
kind of fruity.
I mean, yeah, strawberry lemonade. I can't imagine. Who's the 37 gram? Who drives the 37?
Chris Buescher, maybe?
Well, that is his car. A pink Natter Day car.
Oh, roll tide.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, what a combo. Natural Light, Tostitos, and Pringles. They have really set the bar for NASCAR cars now. But I've also noticed that Pat McAfee, who used to be a part of the Barstool, is now going into like the NASCAR a little bit. But I still feel like Dave Portnoy, just being the figure he is, getting kicked out of NFL games, getting banned on the commissioner's list pretty much for NFL activities. He had to literally like put a disguise on just to get into NFL Media Day, into the Super Bowl. And then Roger Goodell's like goons pretty much found him and threw him out.
That's awesome, though.
It was. They got arrested one time for because you remember when Tom Brady got suspended by the NFL.
Yeah.
They went to NFL corporate and had like a strike out there, and all of them got arrested. And they all have like T-shirts that they made special for that. Like that has their mug shots on it, and they sell them for like $30, and they just sell hundreds of thousands of them.
That's awesome.
I feel
That's
like
still the dumbest suspension in NFL history.
I agree.
How do you suspend somebody when you have no evidence? What do you think about the Adrian Peterson suspension? Because that was like what he.
I mean, for hitting his kid.
But wasn't it like with a? It wasn't like he beat his kid. It was more like he spanked his kid.
Yeah, he had a switch because his kid was acting up or something.
But that's like. I mean, I ain't saying it's right.
Yeah, but
around here,
I mean, kids
it's
need to
more
be
kinda-
punished.
I guess maybe I'm a little bit desensitized to it. I never got
'Cause,
whooped
yeah,
as a kid.
I got hit. I mean, with a switch because I was being dumb.
But I had plenty of friends who their parents told them, like, go outside and pick one out.
Yeah, my grandmother.
So I
used to
guess
make
for me,
do that.
it's like, I don't know, I didn't really,
I mean, I feel like it made me a better person. I, big a butt.
Yeah, I get he put him in jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know, that one was kind of a strange
Yeah, it was. I mean,
situation.
I don't know what the severity was. The severity of it was, but like, I still feel like,
It came off as he just whooped his kid.
yeah.
Now, if it was worse, then of course that's a
I
different
mean,
case.
he like took it to extreme, But if it was just a simple, because
Just whooped his kid.
yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the other things people have done, and all the other bad stuff people have done,
Literally, Ray Rice beat his girlfriend. They had evidence. Goodell saw it, tried to cover it up, to not suspend him, and then he got busted for covering up. So then he suspends everybody else for like stuff they don't even have evidence for. I'm talking about Brady as far as not having evidence, but
Good Lord.
I don't know about.
Grant, have you seen the weather? We barely missed looks like a shebanger of a storm. Yeah.
Went right under us.
It did. Glad we missed
That looks rough.
It does. My dad's commenting sometimes stuff. He said, I think a tornado just hit somewhere around you. It just flashed on my weather app. I was like, oh no, not again. Please, not again.
That would be terrible. They finally get some stuff put together.
They finally got it all back together pretty much, and then poof. Oh man, I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish a tornado on my the worst enemy. I feel bad for all those people in Columbus who got hit with a tornado. I think that was an E5 or E4. I don't know what the fatality rate was up to, but I only saw it at one, which, even one person's bad, but,
Had the one that hit here been like a week earlier or later, we might have had
a lot more.
Because everybody just happened to be gone for the spring break. That was kind of it was unlucky, but it was lucky. Like, if it's going to happen, that was like the right time.
Yeah, that was still just a scary thing. Like, that's coming up, the 1 year anniversary, that's coming up. It's just still a weird thing that happened. And then, I don't know. But I think we're about to go to a music break. We will be back on the Gamecock Mix on 91.9 WLJS, Jacksonville, Alabama, with Sam and
And Grant Davis.